Good evening, folks. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of Danganronpa 2. Before we get into that, we'll check in with the kitties there. Top left, we have Sky, and Mason is just leaving frame. Bottom left, we have Sherbet. It seems that they've both decided they probably want to head into the bedroom there. Let's see. Normally they would head towards... Oh, yep, there he is. You can see bottom center. Mason has popped up to look through the window. Sammy is off camera at the alternate shelf position. Looks like Sherbet is over there too. And Ember is on my lap. So, Sky on camera, Mason partially on camera. But yeah, Danganronpa 2 is in a weird trajectory right now. So, it's definitely not as strong a showing as 1. There are some standout characters, but I would say some noticeable issues with how they're handling the whole scenario. But in particular, the behavior of some of the characters it's not that they're being necessarily characterized differently, it's that they're like the things that they're having them say seem stupid for the individual. So the somewhat apparently infamous otherwise very, very competent individual that is Chiaki suddenly saying things like, how many sides does an octagon have? You know, what kind of device would move between floors like that? Like, are you seriously asking not only the main character, but by extension, the players, the audience, can you count an 8-sided shape? Can you identify an elevator? What's going on here? And then most recently, as we were playing, the main character seemingly spouting off these ridiculous revelations of what shipping boxes are for. Like, very, very questionable writing decisions. We're also seeing some of the editing of the text be a little off. Words in the wrong words being used for things, that kind of stuff. So that paired with the fact that the prior trial was a real high point, like the end of it, makes me concerned that this is actually a downward trajectory for the game. Let's hope not. I do want this to wrap up nicely. Narratively wise, I mean. Because while the execution could definitely be better, there is an overarching story being set up with Danganronpa, and I'd like to see how it unfolds. And preferably, it be a universally enjoyable experience. But we'll see how that do. Oh, wow. Man, Sherbet covered some ground there. He almost leapt over the first section of the little canvas bridge. He is currently just off the camera, up and right from the upper left camera, the base cat tree there. Yeah, Sherbet's a climber. He'll get up into high spots and He does like to leap up and catch on to things and scramble up. And sadly leap down. I've been used as a landing pad a couple of times. But let's get back into it. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully they defy my expectations, you know? In we go.
I won't forgive you!
You can't. Your teacher won't allow this plan. Ah, okay. This is they're I call the current thing is that Akane and someone else were going to capture and tie up Nagito with Hajime's role being to lure him out. Tamagotchi real quick here. Let's talk to the others and see if we can get a reminder on where they want us to go. I kind of imagine a lot of times Akane is standing there with like a full armload of food, and she's using the other arm to shovel it into her mouth.
You can't!
Shut up, Rabbit. I won't be quiet. I cannot accept this plan. Hey, what happened?
Man.
Oh, Hanomi apparently heard about our plan.
I won't forgive you!
That's what she said independently. You can't. Your teacher can't allow this plan.
Shut up! Shut up!
Not like we want to do this. We're just doing it because Nagito's dangerous.
That's right.
He's planning to kill someone. This is just self-defense.
I
Still can't ignore it. I just can't allow my students to fight among themselves. Well, you've been doing a bad job of preventing the murders. Hey there, Levi. Welcome. Beverage. How are you doing tonight? Amber. Love. Love. Shut up, you useless rabbit. Looks like they're talking in circles. Probably best that I leave them alone. If they keep shouting like that, I'm pretty sure Nagito might overhear them. I do like that, how Monomi is terribly concerned that the kids are fighting. That's right. Yeah, you're terribly concerned that they're fighting, but you also seem to be terribly shocked every time one of them kills another one. Okay, that's right. Kazuichi had initially kept Sonya out of the plan. Like, she was going to be the princess. Like, that was her role. Just, be Sonya. But I think she insisted on helping Hajime get some of the materials, the rope from the store or something like that. Hajime, you are late. I'm right on time. Wait, should I have come a little earlier? A little earlier? In my country, you are severely punished if you do not arrive 13 minutes before an arranged meeting time. Every time we find out about Sonya's country, it tends to be a more and more disturbing thing. Like, it started out strange things, like apparently they have there are a lot of fixations on other cultures to a sometimes comical extent. But then most recently, it's been things like all children are capable of operating tanks. Modern military training is a required class for, like, grade school kids. And now you are severely punished for not arriving early to meetings. This has gone from, like, remote little nation that happens to have a monarchy to the really strange sort of dictatorship. For such an orderly country, 13 minutes is a pretty arbitrary rule.
That is...
Oh, I see. This is culture shock. Then I guess that can be overlooked. So where are you planning to go? I just have to come along, right? I like how she seems, like, surprised that this rule is not adhered to elsewhere. Like, I get that might have been something initially, but the way she consumed other media and her interactions with everybody else should have implied that she knows that that's not a rule that everybody else adheres to by now. So are you planning to go? I just have to come along, right?
Well?
Must have forgotten she had something that she wanted to look further at. Quit messing with the cameras, Sky. Sky has come over for his relatively rare lap time. Not like it's unheard of, but he tends to be just sort of lounging elsewhere. Of course, it is a place that pertains to this discovery we made yesterday. The Jabberwock Island Development Plan. So, what they made a big deal about from that development plan yesterday was the plan mentioned the sort of, like, administrative building that was supposed to be on the center island. But we've never seen anything like a building there. We only saw a statue in the middle of a, like, little park. With indications in the book that they were going to use that administration center as a base of operations on Jabberwock Island. The Future Foundation, whose logo that is there. Did you find out something about it? How should I say this? After reading this document over and over again, I suddenly realized. The Future Foundation was planning to rebuild a facility on this island to use as their headquarters. Yeah? You're talking about the large administrative building on the central island, right? But I couldn't find a building like that anywhere. Maybe they said something about a different island?
Do you have a minute?
What if their plan suddenly changed and they had to use a different facility? A different facility.
Well?
Was there not a facility on this island inscribed with the symbol of the Future Foundation? Alright. Maybe we're finally gonna circle back around to this. That would be nice. Loose ends and what have you. As I recall, the ancient rune on the second island had such a symbol on its door. You're right. The Japanese word for future, Mirai, was inscribed there. If that's the case, that rune might be connected to the Future Foundation, right?
However...
The discrepancies in the document are strange, but there's no doubt that that rune is quite suspicious. You're right. I'd completely forgotten about it after being locked inside the funhouse. I mean, that was the second island. Let's see, we had... Second island was the beach island. Then the third island, I thought was kind of like the old city. Remembering that right? Yeah. Where there was the little clinic and the electronics alley. And the fourth island was the amusement park, with the amusement park side of it having almost zero relevance, which was a weird choice. The possibility that that ancient rune is connected to the Future Foundation is incredibly odd. I knew there was something strange about that place. It's not just that it was the same word, it's their logo, you know? That is an emblem, not just a word. After hearing all this, I want to go there as much as you do. I'll definitely come with you. And I may not be competent, so please be patient with me.
Hey.
What exactly does Kazuichi do as the commander? How should I know?
Well?
In games, commanders are usually flags. Flags? If you defeat the commander, no matter how many of their units are left, you still secure a victory. Even damaging the commander is enough to decrease the opponent's morale. As far as plans go, it's a pretty standard tactic.
I'll leave that matter to your discretion.
Wonderful, that plan has my seal of approval. Continue to target the commander. You're totally mistaking who to fight. What's the point of targeting Kazuichi?
That is...
You're right, what a shame. Is this confirmation that she would have preferred? Like, is this confirmation that she doesn't like Kazuichi? Because in the last arc, they kind of played it as a gag, is that she kept kind of directly slapping him down when he tried to pander to her. But now it's the, oh, what a shame. I guess we can't target Kazuichi. Shame? Kazuichi heard that. His rapidly diminishing enthusiasm might plummet into the negatives. I don't know why, but I'm starting to feel sorry for that guy. Because initially, when she started kind of bashing him, as it were, he started to play the, like, oh, I want her to do that to me card. And when he finally got to the point where he's like, yeah, come on, Sonya, do that to me, she just ignored him. Or everything he's tried has essentially kind of backfired on him one way or another. I still wonder if there's going to be more payoff for that. The ancient rune. It's like, look at the building. How many times I see this place, it certainly gives me the willies.
However,
we should not dwell on that. After all, we're here to look for clues. That's right, there's no doubt we'll find something here. Let's start. This is a real gun. Is this building so important that it requires this much security? Now that I'm taking a closer look at it, this door looks even stranger. For a building that looks pretty run down and shabby, this door looks very high-tech. This is kind of... well, this is the most annoying part about them saying it's an ancient rune. There is a super high-tech vault door with minigun security on it. I feel like that part is the part that they should be calling out. You know, call it a base or a facility or something like that, but they keep talking about, oh, it's an ancient rune. It's clearly a modern building. It's just overgrown. So, in severe disrepair. But ancient rune really seems like the wrong way to refer to anything like with a door like this. Exactly, Tass. This is one of those, you know, ancient lizard people runes. You know, they ruled the world before the dawn of man and had a great deal of amazing technology that, outside some crazy instances like this, were also completely biodegradable. So no traces of the actual tech have ever been found. Future, huh? It's this LCD next to the door. It's probably it. This is probably the key. The door will probably open if we input the correct numbers.
Please wait.
At least they said probably on it. Like, it is very probable that that's true. We have discussed this before as well, but it would be dangerous to test it haphazardly.
Well?
If we make a mistake, it's possible that we'll be fired upon by that gun. I can think of no other reason for that gun to be there. I mean, it could be general defense, like maybe it's an automated, or it was an automated defensive system that if somebody approached it without authorization kind of thing. As long as that's a possibility, it'd be bad if we acted recklessly. This is true.
I am concerned.
That's right. Courage and recklessness are completely different. They're different things. It's that there can often be an overlap. If you were shot at by a gun like that, you would have more holes than a Beatrice's nest. Don't know what a Beatrice is. I mean, a bee's... You mean a bee's nest. Every now and then, they choose something to make it sound like she's out of touch that is bizarre. And I don't mean like they're trying to play it up for humor or something like that. Are you honestly trying to say that she is so unfamiliar with the concept of a bee that she would bumble it that bad? And that's setting aside the so many, like, that a bee's nest is full of holes. Like, I get the honeycomb concept that they might be referring to, but that's totally not a saying.
You are wrong.
In my country, we use the expression Beatrice's nest. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, right now we definitely shouldn't test it out so recklessly.
I see.
In order to open this door, we must find the password first. Or destroy the door with some sort of explosive force. That's impossible. This door looks extremely sturdy. It'd definitely be better if we find out the password instead. Well, there was that tank. What we have to do next is find out what the password is. That's all. Should be super easy. It's a good thing we came here so that we could at least find that out. You have found out nothing. You already knew about the LCD screen on this. And I feel pretty confident that when everybody was up close to it looking at the door, that not only did they mention the same thing that they just did, the minigun is pointed at the near the LCD, and that if you mess with it, it will probably start shooting you. But they got close enough to identify it as, an LCD screen and not just a glowing panel or something like that. So them coming here to be like, oh yeah, we looked at it, it's definitely a password control, feels weird. We're not out of the range for this game yet, of course. You are right. Problem is, where will we obtain that password? When we first came here, even Monokuma and Monomi said they didn't know the password. They really don't know it. How are we supposed to find out? As usual, it's a mystery, huh? So, again, it's nice that they're revisiting it, but that was a weird way for them to go and say, hey, remember this rune with the password that they don't know? It feels like they went there just to do that. Because as far as the characters are concerned, this wasn't a long time ago. And they have learned nothing new. And based on Hajime's discussion there, they already knew that. Like he said last time, they said they didn't know the password, which means they knew it was the password pad. Weird. After finishing our investigation of the ancient ruins, Sonia and I decided to go back to our cottages for now. Oh, looks like we're heading into free time. I can't imagine that we have a huge amount of additional time. Been working on somebody yet. Looks like we started with Sonia. I don't know that we're going to get 4 more interactions. So what we're gonna do is we'll run to the beach and use the little gotcha machine there and get a bunch more gifts. Okay, we should be back. Need to figure out why OBS has started crashing again. It kind of implies there's a problem with the to me it implies there's a problem with the video feed, but it's also possible that the rendering process for the model is messing with it. Because I assume one of those two things, because the display is there's a display source which it has to attach to, and then there's the NDI feed as well. Previously, all of the display came through NDI. So the possibility that that's the problem with the model here, given that there have been some updates to VTube Studio, maybe there's some issue with that. I may have to poke it further, see if there's a different way that I can pipe it to the streaming PC. Failing that, I may look at moving the handling of it over to the streaming PC. Also not out of the question. That might be a little bit more of a hassle, though, because VTube Studio is a Steam executable. I might just be able to copy it over, though, because VTube can run without Steam, which is good. Would create some additional logistical hassles, but, you know, we can probably work something out. We'll have to see. But preventing stream crashes is a useful thing. Sammy popping over for some pets here. I only saw that very briefly, but I have concerns about what we saw. Crowbar. Definitely not a ball gag. Frog. And a chestnut? Recall ever seeing the double lucky before in this game. Like higher investments of coins also gives you a higher likelihood of the luckies. Oh. A cascade there. Intent with doing that was, one, to spend the coins. That's what they're for. But also to ensure that we have words. We have everything that we might ideally need to use in order to get to maximize the friendship gain from hanging out with her. Completely the wrong way, then. Still be think shorter to run back. No, I just overshot. Okay.
I see. I see.
Where we might find the password to enter the ancient runes.
I am concerned.
Dwelling on it for too long is not healthy. Let us take a small break. I probably don't deserve it, but it looks like Sonia and I grew a little closer. Would you like to give Sonia a present? Yes. There's also some pop culture things that she likes. Ragged notebook. The cover says it looks like Kyoko's memory notebook. Jabba the Frog. They're remarkably dirtier in this one. A man's nut. Let's try this manga. Oh, okay, that's one of the that must be one of the gifts that you receive at the end of each chapter. Just the, hey, you got this far.
Open the treasure box and surprise!
I really have this? Thank you very much. You are truly kind. By the way, you're really good with words.
Of course!
I have done much studying, after all. You speak really fluently. What's with that pause, huh?
Yes.
I do not know how many times I have seen "I will arrest your eyes." When I arrived in Japan, the first thing I did was run across the Spainzaka. I see. I don't really understand, though. In my opinion, I believe the best Japanese dramas were the ones aimed at women between the ages of 20 and 34, just before Japan's economic bubble burst. The trendiness, energy, and quality. Entertainment was truly at its zenith during this period. I see. It's no use. I can't keep up with what she's saying at all. And what the heck does she mean by bubble?
However...
Like all entertainment, Japanese dramas heavily reference their native culture. Because of this, slang expressions were often used, so there are some things foreigners may not understand. That's one thing that we don't see in a lot of anime and similar that are brought over. When they dub it, there's a habit of trying to localize the whole concept of what they're showing. To some extent, the origins behind the infamous Brock's Jelly Donuts in Pokemon is there's the assumption that the audience won't get what you're talking about, so they sometimes just go about mangling the scene to make it so that it's something that somebody might understand, or they think it's what the people will understand. Something that occasionally shows up in subtitled content and showed up a lot, much more frequently during the era of like fan subtitled works, was having notations on the screen when they mention a concept that is very Japanese. Or if there's text on the screen, there would be like footnotes and the like saying this is what they're referring to. Those are very useful, because then even if it's slang or something local, you at least get told, oh, this is slang that means this, or this is a concept that really doesn't translate. It's a Japan thing, you know? Hajime, if you're willing, could you train me? Train? Of course, I can teach you some things, I understand, but... Thank you very much. So, for example, when lovers go on a ski trip, they always end up trapped by a blizzard, right? In that situation, what do you call the ritual where they warm themselves under a blanket while naked? A trope. Well, it's not really a ritual. It's, how should I put it? It's more like a cliche. Oh, hey. Is that so? I certainly thought it was something that's known in my country as makango. Makango. It is a tradition in my country. According to tradition, lovers cannot become one until they show each other the makangos they have grown. It is too embarrassing, so please do not make me say it. Ah. Embarrassing? What is a makango, anyway? Huh? I cannot say. You will get a nosebleed. Just raises more questions. The implication being that it is she's describing a hetero partnership, and that either they cannot become married, or like they can't have sex until they show each other these items that they have grown. but apparently it is something that is so private or perhaps even perverse that it cannot be discussed casually. What could this be? Let alone what could this be while being a proper noun? Is it really that embarrassing? Seems that It seems that the Novoselic Kingdom is filled with more mysteries than I thought. After having an awkward conversation with Sonia, I returned to my room. Weird. Wonder if some of the dialogue that has been so kind of painful and awkward was written by, like, a different person, like they had to have somebody fill in. Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi is fine. Check the map. This time she's at the military base. Okay. Capturing Nagito. Is that really the right thing to do? Absolutely. If everyone agrees to it, I do not intend to object. However, will that solve anything? I spent some time today calming a worried Sonia. Would you like to give her a present? Yes. Button choices are sometimes a bit obnoxious. By chanting a secret spell, this mysterious compact mirror will transform you into anything. Huh.
My.
Quite a trendy item. I have come to like it. Thank you very much.
Well?
Hajime, there is something I would like to ask you today. Sure, what? Shush, lower your voice. You do not know who might be listening in. Now then, come closer. No need to worry. Sonia said that she walked up to me one step at a time. Ha. Hajime channeling Makoto. Do you happen to know a lot about the occult? Huh? Not really. What about cults? Not at all. I see. You certainly are deceptive. I am finished talking to you. Let us disperse for now. Hold on a second. What in the world were you talking about?
I am concerned.
You are hopeless. Since I have already sailed this far, I shall sink you into the ocean. It's not how you say that. Though I understand it is a forbidden interest for a princess, I am quite interested in Freemasonry. Of course, my interest is purely academic. I have no intention of conspiring to overthrow the government.
Well?
But when I think about Freemasonry, my chest begins to hurt. Sounds like she's in love. However, it seems not many people understand this feeling of mine. And because of that, I feel quite lonely. Sometimes I feel like I could just cry. Sonia's hobbies are pretty intense.
Please wait.
However, expanding my knowledge like this is the duty of every member of the royal family. That is why I am interested in the occult, cults, and popular dramas. One of these things does not belong. She puts it like that, it sort of makes... It doesn't make sense at all. But... Hajime, please think about it. Do you not agree that dismissing a different set of values due to ignorance is foolish? This is true.
How cruel.
How many foolish wars have been fought on the basis of that ignorance? What was the thing I saw recently? The concept of, if you encountered a fence that was in your way, would you just knock it down, or would you consider what it might have been for before taking action? I'm gonna kick a button here. Kick. Tools has frozen. Okay, it's functioning. This is that feeling, the idea, take some time to understand things before you mess with them. But one of the parallels that they made is oftentimes when a new financial officer is brought into an organization, they set out to prove that they fit in. To prove that they can help by seeking to cut costs like as fast as they can. And that can lead to things where they will try to make a cut in a place that, despite it being a cost that doesn't seem to have a immediate benefit, it had a very high background benefit. An example they gave was a startup company where they give their software developers free snacks from a vending machine. And the new finance officer sees this and thinks, this is a cost that we are expending that we could cut. So they institute a policy that requires people to buy the snacks now. Even if it was at a discount or something like that. And they start to get increased turnover because one of the perks that people really liked was removed. So in saving a small amount of money each over a period of time, they now face a great big cost of having to keep hiring new people. it's only vaguely related to what she's talking about, but that idea of just the general idea of taking action out of ignorance. This has been your random semi-tangent.
Do you have a minute?
My country is certainly no exception. We still have many unique traditions that other cultures would not truly understand. Unique traditions, huh? That reminds me, she mentioned one of them before. The Morongo, the Momongo, the Makongo. You mean the Congo, right?
However...
Yes, but that is not the only one. Our country has another tradition in which you are not acknowledged as an adult until you consume a skong. A lot of words that are getting bandied around here. A skong. However, I think my generation should be objecting to these traditions. Although it is nice to retain purebred Makongos and skongs as a symbol of high status. Okay. The implication here is that these are, like, animals of some kind. At most, a plant. So some part of the courtship ritual is revealing the Makongo you have bred and raised to your partner. And apparently the transition into adulthood requires that you consume a skong, which I guess is an animal. Now, it could be the whole Illinois farmer's wife. The sentence is not easily parsed, like conveniently parsed. So it could be purebred Makongos and also skongs, or it could be both Makongos and skongs that are purebred. We don't know. Auctioning them to the highest bidder goes against the spirit of animal conversation. No, conservation. Conversation. Wait, they're animals? Okay, they're both animals.
Please listen.
We do not need to completely end this tradition. I shall simply find new uses for Makongos and skongs. They grow when they're scared and shrink when angered. I plan to harness the energy they release in this state. Okay. So, let's set aside exactly what, how they operate. The fact that it's fear and anger are the two things that change their shape. And she wants to harness the energy they release in this state. Is she going to set up some sort of machine that can alternate between a angry and terrified state? And then somehow harness that change in state. So maybe put them in a box of some kind that is primarily sized for their angered state, and then scare them so they get bigger and, say, press on the edges of the box, create a little kinetic push, harness that energy, and then tick them off again so they shrink. And then you repeat. If the anger fear cycle could be triggered by, like, a monitor of some kind, then you might be able to loop this process. They'd have to change shape pretty drastically to make it really worthwhile, though. Otherwise, you might as well just have them on treadmills, you know? Using the knowledge of the past, we shall develop a new energy source from our old traditions. Really seems like that's what she's, that she's implying that is indeed what her plan is. Hold on. Do strange animals like that really exist in your country?
Perhaps.
I understand that it may be a difficult path.
Well?
However, I shall accomplish it by any means. Guiding my people along the right path is the duty of a ruler. Her people must believe she's a wonderful princess if she actually thinks of them like that. I believe that's true too, but in my eyes, Sonya and the Novoselic Kingdom are just full of mysteries. After somewhat bridging the cultural divide between us, I returned to my room. Looks like it's starting to get dark. Doorbell? Is someone there? Instinctively, my entire body tensed up. I knew it was probably someone like Sonya or maybe Kazuichi, but regardless, I was nervous. Not that I can help it, I mean, so much has happened since we arrived at this island. While mumbling to myself, I quietly opened my cottage door.
Hello there.
Nagito? Why is he here? What are you doing here? You sure ask weird questions.
That's not it.
I mean, you guys all have business with me, right? Huh?
Well...
Chiaki invited me to the lobby. She said she had something she wanted to talk to me about. Okay, yeah, Chiaki was supposed to try to lure him there. Everyone put her up to that, right? He's already found out about our plan. Looks like that's a bingo, huh? But it's good timing. I have some business with you guys, too. You do? If everyone's already at the lobby, that saves me a lot of trouble.
Hey.
And I want you to come to the lobby, too, even though you're not directly involved with the plan. You even know that.
I see.
Just as I thought, you were left out, huh? But that's understandable.
Right?
Since you're the only one who isn't an ultimate, you've basically been left out from the start.
Now.
I'm only joking, don't make such a scary face. Your joke isn't funny.
Someone like me?
You shouldn't take me so seriously.
See?
Oh well, anyway, let's hurry over to the lobby. I don't know the details of your plan, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I wonder what you guys are going to do to me. When we first arrived on this island, we were friends who explored this place together. So let's go already. Fine, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what he's thinking, but as long as we capture him, we'll have the advantage. I won't let him do as he pleases anymore. Chiaki has summoned Nagito, then the plan has already started. Fuyuhiko and Akane should be waiting inside for Nagito. What happened, Hajime? What are you so nervous about? I'm not nervous. You're a terrible actor. Oh well, if you're going to slow down like that, I'll go inside first. As I hesitated in front of the door, Nagito walked past me and entered the hotel lobby. That's when it happened.
All right, I got him.
What are you doing?
Don't judge us for this, but we're gonna tie you up.
Tie me up?
There's no use struggling!
But I'm not struggling.
Huh? What the hell? You're being strangely cooperative. Who cares? Just tie him up before it's too late!
You guys are really disappointing. How long are you going to continue behaving so short-sightedly? You gotta look at the big picture, you know?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's fine if you don't understand. You can just see the end without knowing. Now then, let's begin! The beginning of the end of Jabberwock Island!
And that's when it happened. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a bright light. Boom. The air shook. An explosion of darkness overtook me, and I was unable to see anything. I probably lost consciousness. Looked like a regular explosion to me. Didn't see a lot of explosion of darkness going on there. Was that the secondary effect? Shortly after the impact, I managed to open my eyes slightly. What's going on? Are the words that left my mouth, but they vanished before they ever reached my ears. They were drowned out by the sound of terrifying laughter. Looked up and saw the source of that laughter.
It's amazing! These amazing fireworks surely befit the beginning of the end! It's over. This is the end. The killings are done for good, scapegoating the weak in the name of justice, while fearing when the others will stab you in the back. This game of self-righteous hypocrisy ends now! And to do that, I will destroy Jabberwock Island!
Huh?
What do you mean? That was just a little demonstration. That's why it's the beginning of the end. The actual bomb I'm going to use isn't nearly as weak.
Actual
I
bomb?
set up a large number of bombs in a certain area of the island. If all those bombs explode, the force will be enough to wipe out this entire island.
That's... I mean, it will depend on what he considers wipe out, but... if it's everything on the islands, given the length of the bridges that they're showing, the scale of the islands that they've shown, he's describing, at the very least, an atomic bomb kind of level.
Well, what the hell are you saying? If you do that...
Of course, I doubt we'll walk away from this unharmed. But there's no other way. The actor is expected to leave the stage during the finale.
Is this bastard serious?
Nagito, please stop!
Are you crazy or something?
No, that's not it. I'm not the crazy one here. The one who's really crazy is...
What?
My, this guy.
Emergency! Emergency!
I'm totally shocked. Technically, he's broken a rule if he set off that bomb. He's damaged island property. Seriously, I'm totally shocked. That's all I can say about this turn of events. The bombs I set are timed. They're set to go off in 2 days at noon. I've prepared so many powerful bombs that the one that just exploded doesn't even compare. According to my calculations, they're powerful enough to blow up an entire island. Which means in 2 days, this island is destined to sink into the sea. Are you serious?
Well,
You really think I'd go this far for a joke?
You.
And where did you set them up? I can't tell you.
how about it?
It'd be easy to leave you on your own, but it just wouldn't be fair if I did that. So how about this? If the traitor comes forward and reveals their identity to me, I'll tell them where I hid the bombs. Huh?
Emergency!
The world is going on. Is everyone all right?
Hey, come on now.
Don't get in the way. Nagito was in the middle of weeding out the traitor.
Ooh,
Nagito, what are you planning to do? Do I really have to say it? It's no use. I mean, the traitor shouldn't be able to reveal their identity on their own.
Why?
What does that mean? Do I really have to say it? My, you guys are totally eyeing each other and letting sparks fly, getting all hot and bothered. Don't just stand there. Why don't you stop him?
Huh?
Stop him? Why do I have to stop him? The rules, remember? The same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people. If he blows up the entire island, that's going to kill way more than 2 people. I see, you sure have a good memory. Like you said, if any student breaks that rule, I have to punish them.
Right?
But that's only when someone breaks the rule, right? You can't punish someone for breaking a rule before they've broken it, right?
That's right.
Saying you're gonna break the rules isn't against the rules.
Too bad.
So right now, there's no way I can punish this.
You're so stupid.
Punishment always happens afterwards, not before. That's just the rules of society, right?
Hey,
But even so, there's no need to worry about that in the first place. As long as the traitor comes forward, this can all be resolved peacefully.
this is exciting!
It'll all be fine. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all the time we've spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely going to be alright. After he said that, Nagito walked away. He just walked away. And you guys just let him. I couldn't even stop him. I felt afraid of Nagito. The madness emanating from Nagito's body was seeping into my bones. Never expected him to go this far. Nagito is so reliable, I don't have to do anything because he's shaking things up. I'll never forgive him.
Damn it!
Is he serious about those bombs?
Hey, hey!
As long as the traitor comes forward, he'll say where the bombs are, right? Is that his goal?
Damn it!
Then I'm begging you guys, it doesn't matter who does it, someone just has to come forward. Hey, I'm begging you guys. What Nagito said yesterday, I'll weed out the traitor, even if it costs me my life. I finally understand what he meant. Nagito took this entire island hostage and created a situation where the traitor has to come forward. That is Nagito's goal. But what is he planning to do if the traitor doesn't come forward? Blow up the island. Is he really going to blow up the entire island? His character up until this point has implied that he would be willing to do that.
Of course.
My motto is to do a good deed every day. When I was at a bar and shouted, "Can I get a Sam?" the female bartender happily answered, "Sure thing." Makes me so happy when someone else is this happy. Doing a good deed every day is awesome. But inside, that woman probably thought I was a loser for sitting alone at a cheap bar in the middle of the night. I can't keep up with this. Hey, sweet cheeks, give me another Sam. Huh? Not a Sam Adams. I'm obviously talking about raw salmon. And here's some good news for you. I've imbued the smell of vanilla into the Monokuma plushies. It's effective aromatherapy, and it'll definitely calm everyone's nerves if they're agitated. Available in the near future. That's it for Monokuma Shopping Center. Good morning, get up.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee. Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is good. Now then, let's show some enthusiasm.
Standard morning announcement. I've been resting since the explosion yesterday, but my body still hurts. A dull metallic sound is ringing in my ears, and the back of my head feels hot. I can't think straight. Those are concerning symptoms. Like, the subsequent day, your head feels hot, and your ears are still ringing. Like, that's not good. I can't afford to spend the whole day resting. I immediately left my cottage.
Hey!
It's you, right? You're the traitor, aren't you? What are you saying? Come on, just admit it already. If you don't, we're all gonna die. I'm not the traitor.
Damn it!
I'm begging you, it doesn't matter who admits it, just save me. Get a hold of yourself, Kazuichi. Complaining won't change anything, okay?
Shut up! Shut up!
I know that, but what else can we do? We need to think about that with the others, and so let's hurry over to the restaurant. Okay, quick break before we head in. I will be right back. Getting resituated, folks. Alright, let's check in with the kitties here. Ember has decided to come sit with me instead. Mason crossing through the play area. But where shall he go? Let's find out. Is he going to the pillows? Is he going to the... he went to the tree. So it is going to end up being a shorter night again, folks. I thought so. X was worked. The kitties are hiding. Well, we'll set it on the tree in case Sky does his inevitable return there. And then back in. I mean, when it comes down to it, not a great deal of damage. I mean, objects, but it didn't blow out the glass. Did take out a roof beam, which in theory should have damaged the building pretty extensively, up above at least. She's quietly staring at the arcade machine with sad eyes. Good morning. Did this arcade machine break?
Aww.
It was too close to the explosion. I guess it couldn't take it. And this arcade machine was really popular. It was so tough that even an elephant couldn't damage it. But if it's broken, I can't do anything about it. Guess that's just how it is. Her shoulders are sagging pretty low. It's like the arcade machine was too close to the explosion. I don't think it's ever going to work anymore. Chiaki's probably the most upset about this. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the sprites for objects are always aligned properly, but these here are tilted more than they used to be.
Yo.
Oh, Hajime, how are you feeling? This guy has come over to wreck the positioning on the steps there. See, it rocked a bit. Normally I prop it against the wall so that it doesn't do that. But he'll use it as a short-term scratching post and pull it out of place. Not good, but not so bad that I can't move. Then you're okay.
This is bad.
I'm not okay at all. My ears are seriously ringing.
Damn it!
My eardrum is definitely ruptured. I need to hurry and have a doctor look at it. So what should we do
However-
now? What can we do? How troubling. If the traitor would just come forward, this problem would be resolved in no time. Nagito, when did you...
Hey.
Good morning. I came to motivate you guys since you're just laying around. Didn't I tell you yesterday that the bombs are set to go off in 2 days at noon? We've got 1 day left. Come on, you better hurry.
I mean...
Hurry? I'm not the one who has to come forward. The traitor does, right?
Well,
That's probably true. But even if this does depend on the traitor, your attitudes aren't admirable at all.
isn't that right?
I mean, real hope is when you confront a hopeless difficulty that's standing before you, right? And despite that, you guys are already ready to give up. What does that mean? Or is this your limit? If so, it makes me laugh to think I ever called you symbols of hope. Yeah, he discovered that they... My guess is he discovered that they aren't the primary class. And that he's showing disillusionment now. That, well, I'll just have to do it myself if you guys are no longer qualified.
You.
Better knock it off.
Now.
Keep your shirt on. I took the time to come bring you guys a valuable hint. Wouldn't it be bad if I changed my mind? Huh? Did he just say hint? What's your
I'm
hint?
glad.
You finally have hope? That makes me happy.
Hey!
Who cares about that? Hurry up and tell us what the hint is.
Well,
It's about the bomb's hiding place. I hid it somewhere you guys haven't been before.
Huh?
Somewhere we have not been before.
Pissed me off.
I don't need any hints.
I'll beat you up.
Just tell us the answer. If you don't, I'll make you spit it out.
hey!
What are we gonna do if he sets off another bomb?
Yep.
Good judgment. You guys have time to pick a fight with me, then you should start searching for the bombs already. I'll just crush you to pieces later. How scary.
Hey,
Why did you give us a hint?
See?
Well, if the traitor sees their friends working hard, they may feel inclined to come forward, you know?
You.
Who cares? The traitor might not even exist. All we need to do is find the bombs. Let's go. Take care. Oh, by the way, I'll be waiting here. So if you want to reveal yourself, come see me anytime.
Right?
Mr. or Miss Traitor. We left the restaurant as Nagito's muffled laughter trailed behind us.
why?
Why did you stop me?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
You.
If you hadn't stopped me, I could have crushed Nagito to pieces.
Bastard!
You're too fired up. Calm down, at least.
Everyone.
More importantly, let us all head over to the ancient rune. Huh? The rune?
Please listen.
Nagito said the bombs are hidden somewhere we have never been before.
So just as I thought.
If that is the case, the inside of that rune is the only place I can think of.
Well,
There are other places, too. What is it again? That castle at the amusement park? What's its name?
Huh?
You talking about that Natsume castle?
hey!
You don't get it at all. He means Nezumi Castle. Then we have those two places to choose from. But we won't be able to enter the ancient runes without the password. What should we do?
Like...
Password, huh? Guessing we still don't have any clues to that?
Hey.
That probably goes for Nagito, too. He wouldn't be able to enter without the password either, right? If that's the case, it's hard to think that the bombs were set inside the ancient ruin, right? So we should try going to Nezumi Castle first.
Are we screwed?
But isn't that dangerous? I mean, what if that was Nagito's trap all along?
Jeez.
Monokuma's trap, Monami's trap, and now Nagito's trap.
Dumbass.
If we keep worrying about stuff like that, we won't get anything done.
You.
You're totally fired up, too.
Well,
Two.
Hey.
Anyway, we should try going there at least. We don't have time to stand around doing nothing.
All right.
Full speed ahead.
obviously.
We'll tackle Nezumi Castle first. Move a little faster since... Ah, that's right. Fourth. Could have jumped to Monokuma Rock in that case. Huh? Yeah, brain's not firing on all cylinders here. Ember's playing with a toy over by the door, trilling away. He's having a good time. Must have ran right by the door and not noticed it. Ember?
Hey!
Check it out. The entrance is destroyed. I mean, this is demonstrating, yeah, that vault door is impressive, but unless the entire interior of it as well is fortified, like every wall is fortified, then if you got enough explosives, you can get inside. It's been blown to bits as if someone set off a bomb. Who could that have been?
I get it.
That's true. Looks like this place was spot on.
Damn it!
And the bombs are inside here.
Damn right.
That's what it looks like. And let's try going inside. We need to be careful. We need to pay as much attention as we can. You're right. Then let's go. After forcing a dry swallow, I nervously stepped through the door. And there was a hallway. Feel like that was a excess buildup. What is this place? I thought the inside would look more lighthearted than this. The ambiance feels similar to that of a temple or a church. However, is it just me, or does it seem like there are no bombs to be found here?
Well,
No, it's not just you. If the bombs are strong enough to blow up the entire island, they should be pretty big. But I don't see anything. I don't see a place where they could be hidden either.
Huh?
Then the bombs aren't here? Bombs aren't here. But even so, I feel like there's something suspicious here. But why? It feels like this place is different somehow. This feeling, it's the same feeling I felt when I first saw that ancient rune. Like stylized bone harpoons or something. Say bone or bone-like because of the tail end and the kind of the shaping of the blade. Huge Nordic-looking spear on the wall. Looks a little flashy, but I have a strong feeling that this spear isn't just for decoration. Anyway, it's really strange looking. There's some kind of cord attached to the end on the handle.
Which means?
This weapon is designed to capture an opponent using the cord as a whip just before you deliver the final blow. But on a spear? I mean, I guess you could, but if it's a one-handed spear, it feels like it would be much more awkward than a shorter weapon. Feels like it's much more of a, like I said, it looks like a harpoon more than the equivalent of it's the equivalent of a spear with chain. So it's like a chain sickle?
However...
You must be careful. Using a whip as a weapon is quite difficult. You might capture yourself instead of your intended target. There are a lot of like pulp comics and movies like your Indiana Jones style movies that have, even your Batman cartoons, have given people the impression that that you can easily cause a rope to wrap around a surface from any angle. Crack the whip at a ceiling beam, and it coils around it enough to hold your weight properly. Can't say that it would necessarily be impossible, just again, kind of strange. The idea that you would capture with a whip as opposed to the strike.
That is right!
You might cause an unexpected fan service moment. What are you talking about? Beautiful fighters who get themselves into immodest situations are in universal demand. Like I said, what are you talking about? To all subjects, the password to guide everyone to the future is scratched out. I mean, it looks like letters, so the last one I'm guessing would be an R, P, or F. The first one being like R or K. Technically could be a capital A. What is this? The font doesn't match the ambience of the castle at all. It's almost like it was intentionally put here. Hey everyone, come check this out.
Huh?
What's that? Well, subjects. Who are they talking about? Is it about us? There's more written below that. What does it mean?
Lies.
What the heck is this? We can't even read the most important part.
Like,
What does the password to guide everyone to the future even mean? It's that password.
Could it be?
The password to access that ancient rune? Guide everyone to the future. Maybe that refers to the Japanese word that's written on the door.
whoa!
As expected of Miss Sonia, she only had to read it once to understand what it means.
Like,
But if we don't do something, if we can't read the password, there's nothing we can do.
that is...
It is a rather tragic moment.
Hey, hey.
I wonder who erased this. Erased?
So...
I mean, it doesn't feel like that it was erased naturally, right? Looks like it was forcibly scratched off. It's the only way I can see it.
Even so.
But Monomi and Monokuma shouldn't have entered this castle because they don't like mice, right?
I won't forgive you.
And it was Nagito. He was the one who erased the password.
Unforgivable.
Perhaps.
Nagito probably discovered the password here and used it to enter the ancient room. Then he hid the bombs inside the ancient room?
I get it.
So he erased the password so we wouldn't be able to get near the bombs.
Damn it!
That actually makes a lot of sense. If that's true, he gave us a hint even though he knew we wouldn't be able to use it.
Don't tell me. Damn it.
There's no way we can enter the ancient rune if we don't know the password. In the end, we can't do anything about the bombs unless the traitor comes forward. Did he lure us to this place so we'd be forced to confront that? Forcing us to confront despair before us, forcing us to confront how powerless we are. That's what Monokuma would do. Wherever you are, you don't need to have to reveal yourself to us. Just tell Nagito. If you don't, you'll just end up dying too, you know.
You.
Hey, who are you saying that to? I don't know, I'm just saying it to everyone.
Oh.
Let's stop fighting among ourselves. Sorry. Let's stop. Fighting among ourselves won't help anything. More importantly, let's work harder to find the password to that ancient rune, or clues that might relate to it.
Hey.
As long as we cooperate and explore all over the island, we might be able to find it, you know?
Damn it!
Are you telling us to look everywhere for a password that might not even exist?
Hey.
Who would leave a password here in the first place, and why? If it wasn't Monokuma or Monomi, then who was it? We can't even answer that, so there's no way we'll be able to find anything.
Please wait!
Then what would you have us do? Just wait until we all die? That's no different than when we were in the funhouse, and what did we learn there? We learned not to give up on living, right? That Gundam was the only one who said that. Very well then, I shall look for it on my own. Excuse me. Kazuichi, saying the wrong thing, as per usual. Tanya, hold on, but Sonia ignored me as I called for her and stormed out of the area. Her shoulders were shaking a little, I'm sure of it.
I mean... Shut up! Shut up!
Fine then, you want to look for it? Well, fine. Hey, Kazuichi left Minazumi Castle and walked in the opposite direction of Sonia. What are they doing? Now's not the time for infighting. Well, it might be a good idea to work separately. Huh? Why? I mean, it's easier to move around that way, you know, in case someone wanted to secretly go meet someone. Does that mean...
Sorry.
Sorry, just act like I wasn't, I was thinking out loud and pretend you weren't listening.
Damn it.
Not again. Man, we're scattered as usual.
Stupid fool.
If you think so, then please help. Yeah, leave it to me. I've got a secret plan.
I won't forgive you.
I just have to find the source of the problem and snap it off. What's your secret plan? Violence. Akane Problem Solving 101. If thinking won't help, bludgeon it until it submits. I have a bad feeling about the way Akane's acting. I'll run after her. It's best if we keep Akane away from Nagito for now. Far away. You're right. I guess I'll leave it to you.
Yep.
Chiaki ran after Akane, and from there I was the only one left. What does this really mean? What are the subjects that are being referred to? What's the password to guide everyone to the future? I was the last to leave Nezumi Castle, and I wandered all over the island searching for clues to the password. Hey there, MB. I didn't expect to find anything, and in the end, that's exactly what happened. And so, time passed by with its usual speed.
Ahem! Hopes it is... Please return to
Nighttime.
your room
Go to
now
bed.
then, sweet.
Even after the announcement, I kept searching the island, but I didn't find what we were looking for. After a while, I had forgotten what I was supposed to be looking for in the first place. At the end, after coming up empty-handed, I returned to the hotel. I didn't see anyone else on my way back here, but I also didn't see them while I was exploring either. That's because, even though the island is so vast, our numbers have drastically decreased since we arrived. Can't think of any other reason than that, aside from the first one that you had, which was, there's a whole lot of island, which is one of the core problems of this particular setting. How you doing, MB? I should go back. Nagito said time runs out at noon tomorrow. Another day is about to end, which means there's only half a day left. I can't imagine the traitor will be revealed by then, since we don't even know that they really exist. And even if they do, it's possible they've forgotten that they're the traitor. All this thinking makes me feel like I should do something about it. But my brain and body were yearning for rest, probably because of all the walking I did today. As I dozed off, horrible, disgusting images began to surface from the back of my mind, one after another. But before I could focus on the specifics of those images, I slowly sank into the depths of darkness. BDA, Envy?
Hey,
I think giving up is really important. If you don't give up on your dreams, they'll come true. That's just irresponsible and lazy encouragement. No matter how much you try without giving up, it's useless in the end. Persistence is just the worst. That's why giving up is so important. Ah. But you can't give up if you don't even try.
That's all from Monokuma Theater.
That's actually the worst of all. Maybe that will be our target tonight. See if we can get that far. Before I nod off again.
Ahem. Hope's good. Now then, let's show.
Scenery this morning is the same as it ever was. I can see the sunlight peeking through the window. I can hear the faint sound of waves crashing on the beach. Could be. I feel a bit congested. I don't know that I necessarily feel sick, but I've been really tired for the past couple of days, so who knows? Ultimately, the past several days. Bombs Nagito set are going to destroy all of this. Once time runs out at noon. At the moment, there's nothing about our situation that's changing for the better. Usually I go to the restaurant, but what should I do today? As long as I remember what Nagito said. By the way, I'll be waiting here, so if you want to reveal yourself, come see me anytime. Sounds like he was planning on to hang out at the restaurant all day. Yeah, I'm expecting that it's probably going to be shorter streams for much of the week. Which generally is just going to mean that we'll probably be doing still more Danganronpa. Sammy? Wait a minute, he's going to be there all day, then if anyone went to the restaurant like they normally do... The bad feeling lingering in my chest grew with each beat of my frantic heart. I immediately ran out of my cottage. Yep. Good morning. About yesterday, I may have been somewhat careless with my words. I could not keep myself from snapping at what Kazuichi said, and I acted on my own. Thanks to my actions, everyone ended up going their own separate ways, right? Yeah, but what you said wasn't wrong, either. I've not given up yet. I will do my very best to live until the very end. If not, I will not be able to face Gundam, Nekomaru, or the others who have died. The moment I set foot inside the restaurant, the worst-case scenario was unfolding before me.
Playtime's over. Now! Where'd you hide the bombs?
That hurts, but I'll never tell. If you really want me to spit it out, you should try torturing me or something.
Huh? Torture?
Maybe you can stab my fingers with that fork over there. Or scoop my eyes out with that spoon. If you're not willing to fill me with despair, there's no way my hope will ever
Very much a, okay, that's enough talking out of you moment there. Kane's hand suddenly wrapped around Nagito's neck, and his face began turning a startling shade of red.
Fine with me! Just die already!
Clenched hands kept squeezing even tighter, as if she was trying to snap his neck instead of just strangling him.
Hey!
What are you doing? Fakane,
This is bad.
are you alright? Isn't he seriously gonna die? But she was too overcome by rage to acknowledge us. Flap. Huh?
Calm down, okay? You wouldn't do something like that, right? You're not the kind of person who would hurt someone, right? See, it's all right. Yep, no problem.
Sorry, I'm awake now.
That's weird.
What was I doing anyway?
Hey!
That's what I want to ask. Don't tell me you were actually thinking about killing him. That's when it happened. In the corner of my eye, I saw him slowly
Thanks.
stand up. Thank you, Akane. I got to see my dead dog again. I haven't seen him in ages. Oh man, thanks for nearly killing me. I got to see my life flash before my eyes. I had forgotten about several of those things. It's a very extreme study practice, you know? It's an opportunity for near perfect recall. You just have to almost die to do it.
Huh?
Serves you right. You probably pissed off Akane in the first place.
Wow.
I didn't mean to do that, though. Anyway, thank you for saving me. Looks like I owe you one.
Then...
And Nagito is that extreme example of, if it turns out fine in the end, then then all's good, you know? You sincerely mean that? Please tell us the password to enter the ancient rune.
Huh?
The password to that ancient rune? What are you going to do with that?
You...
Play dumb? You've hidden the bombs inside that rune, right?
You're right.
Yep, I did. Until yesterday. Huh? Nagito, what do you mean by until yesterday?
Well...
There wasn't anything important inside the ancient rune, just some familiar scenery. Familiar scenery?
Jeez.
I got bored of it. Also, if I hid them in there, it would be completely meaningless. So even if you had managed to learn the password to the ancient rune, it has no meaning anymore. Now that I've moved the bombs somewhere else.
Hey.
But they were inside the ancient rune, right?
I'm glad.
Anyway, I guess it was right for me to move them. They were about to be found before the traitor confessed. Well, it's not like it really matters. In fact, that might be better.
Amazing.
To make hope shine even brighter.
Bastard!
Stop talking crazy and tell us where you moved the bombs. Looks like you're in a hurry. Well, that's understandable. After all, time runs out today.
Hey,
Then let's begin the final battle. The final battle between the traitor and everyone else. The final battle between hope and despair. The place I hid the bombs this time is a place you'll have visited at least once. Oh, well, that makes it clearer, doesn't it?
Hey, hey, hey!
That's it? That's too broad.
see?
Shouldn't be that hard if you guys split up. For now, why don't you guys search everywhere as fast as you can? As long as everyone cooperates, it should be easy to find out where the bombs are. Huh?
This is exciting!
It's gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope can break through any despair. Can never lose in a place like this. That can. Not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's going to be fine. As long as you believe in hope with all your hearts, the path should open. That is very much a true faithful, a true believer, will not be hurt by this. It's got that witch trial vibe to it, or the witch test vibe. If they're a witch, they'll float. If they're not a witch, they'll drown. So, if you're serious about hope, then you'll succeed. Otherwise, you'll blow up. That Nagito walked away and left us with this sinister mixed message.
Damn it!
Why does he still have to be alive?
Dumbass!
Now's not the time to complain about stuff like that.
Oh,
Besides, we don't have time to fight among ourselves.
you are right.
We must hurry and search for the bombs. We should still have time to stop them.
I mean...
Based on all the places we searched, I don't know where we should look.
Shut the hell up!
The only thing we can do is split up and cover as much ground as we can. There's exactly 6 of us. Each person should be in charge of searching an island.
Damn it.
Then leave this island to me. I already have the layout of this island in my head.
Leave it to me.
If Akane has the first island, I'll do the second. Miss Sonia should get the smallest island. Are you okay with searching the central island? But
Anyway,
you're probably not good at covering ground anyway, right? It's fine, you can search the central island. Chiaki, you should search the third with the hospital. Hajime, you search the amusement park. And I'll handle the final island. Let's hurry up and find those bombs so we can take care of Nagito once and for all. We stormed out of the restaurant and immediately left to search for the bombs. We didn't have time to even think about who the traitor is. But it's ironic. Nagito is the reason we're all splitting up, but the reason we're all cooperating is because of Nagito too. I thought you were all cooperating because you didn't want to get blown up by the bombs. Like his suggestion to, everybody cooperate was kind of foregone. Pretty ironic. Is it, though? I'm in charge of searching the 4th island. I should search every nook and cranny. According to Nagito, the bombs have enough power to easily wipe out this entire island. It's probably not very small. I'll definitely find it. The door's open. Looks like I can go inside, but it's possible that the bombs were hidden in here. Alright, let's go. How should I describe this place? It's so cloyingly cute that I feel like I'm going to be sick. Got one of the more amusing music tracks. Nice Hajime in my house. The door was wide open. As soon as she heard that, Monomi waddled to the door and... It's broken. My security system is broken. The robber probably did it. No, a robber is no excuse. A female teacher with a young boy student in her house is just inappropriate. I've been splattered with disgrace. The phrasing in this game. Geez, she's noisy. No! Okay, it wasn't like unfortunate phrasing. This was entirely intentional. I've been splattered with disgrace, such sticky disgrace. So anyway, you said something about a robber. Are you talking about Monokuma? Monokuma wouldn't do something as cheap as breaking the lock. Ever since he took over my power, he can do anything he wants on this island, as long as he wills it. Power? Will? You're always so melodramatic. But if it wasn't Monokuma, does that mean the robber is, Does that mean the robber is one of us? I'm not doubting my students or anything, but my important thing was definitely stolen. What's your important thing, anyway? My treasure box. I don't think any of us would steal Monomi's treasure box. But if someone did, why would they steal it in the first place? You let me know if you find my treasure. It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. Well, if I come across it... Heck is this? Monomi plushies on hangers.
Stop it!
Don't go touching my things without permission. They're important. Your own plushies? You must love yourself, just like Monokuma.
That's wrong!
You're wrong. Don't compare me to that thing. You don't have enough delicacy. Entering a woman's house without her permission and touching her things makes your teacher very sad. But this will not be allowed. Hajime needs a class in morality. Delicacy and morality. I don't think those things have anything to do with each other.
That's right!
I shall give you a special private lesson after school. Miss Monomi will slowly and thoroughly give you a good teaching. That sounds really inappropriate. Once again, I've been splattered with disgrace. Such a sticky and gooey disgrace. You're the one who started saying it. Are these monitors? They're not displaying anything right now, but why are there so many? Are you monitoring us with these? Gasp, so I was right. The surveillance cameras all over the island and the footage those cameras are recording You were watching that footage on these monitors. You were monitoring us, weren't you? I was until Monokuma appeared. I no longer have my magic stick, and because of that, Monokuma stole all my powers. So I don't have the authority to monitor everyone anymore. These monitors are useless. What does that stick have to do with the surveillance cameras? Anyway, I can't monitor everyone anymore. I have no other way of following your movements unless I rely on these somewhat nifty ears. I don't really understand, but does that mean Monokuma has been watching us from these surveillance cameras?
That's wrong.
No, it's probably not him either. In his current state, he shouldn't even need to use those cameras. His power keeps increasing beyond my expectations. He's surpassed any standard measure of it. Hey, stop talking about stuff that doesn't make sense. Who's watching those cameras?
Got it?
They probably only matter to the outside. Outside? Do you mean the group that's controlling you and Monokuma? I see. So the people outside the island are watching the footage captured by the surveillance cameras. And, well, let's just brush that whole thing aside. Never mind about that. Not important. Move along. No way I can do that. But I can't say. Hey. Is she trying to cover it up by crying? It's exactly what Monokuma does. Just as I thought, I can't trust her at all.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Alrighty, that's enough of your questions. Now it's my turn to question you.
Hey!
Me? Why did you suddenly come to the amusement park? It's strange that you're walking around alone. Did something happen? Something did happen. That's right. I don't have time to waste at a place like this. Hey, I need to ask you an important question. Do you know where they are? Somewhere on Jabberwock Island, Nagito.
Hey! Hey!
Hello there, Monomi. Want to play with your big brother? Monokuma? What's with your sudden invitation? We've never played before. Come on, everyone's busy. You shouldn't interfere. So hurry up and come play with me. My ears, don't pull my ears.
I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll let you students handle the rest. Do your best. He always interferes when we're discussing something important. I guess he really is monitoring us. Now's not the time to complain. I should get back to searching for the bombs. I shouldn't waste any more time. Leapt out of the Monomi house and returned to searching for the bombs. I don't see the bombs anywhere. Nothing good will come from rushing. I should try looking somewhere else. Okay, we're gonna have to cut it off there, folks. Still struggling a bit with proper rest and health, you know. Oh, so we're making some headway. I don't mind the arc that Nagito is going through. I kind of want to know more. The fact that he has shifted personality and gone to working against the group, I think does something for it. Like, this feels like a progression in the character. I'm still interested to see who's next. As I've mentioned, I really want there to be some sort of clash between Kazuichi and Sanya. Like, it doesn't need to be like a killing between them, but I feel like there should be some sort of confrontation that happens. because it really seems like he's taking the interactions really badly. But yeah, we're going to be playing more Danganronpa this week. We're definitely going to be playing it at least one more day. I may use the remaining 2 days as well. But yeah, this is again the new schedule pattern that I'm going to be using is I'm going to pick a game as the primary game for the week, and we'll play that at least twice, potentially for the entire week. But the goal is that if I'm feeling burnt out on the game or need a quick break, I'll be able to take it during the week. If it feels like I want a longer break, then the subsequent week can be a different game targeted. But we'll see how some of that works out. Again, sorry to cut the stream short early again, but we will be back on Thursday, again, probably with more Danganronpa. Good night, everybody.